Parshat Tazri'ah 5784. Yehi Ratzon L'Limud should fix our nation, should transform the way we deal with problems, and bring all families back together. Be'ezrat Hashem. Parshat Tazri'ah can only be understood through the context of before and after. The idea in Vayikra from Perek Yud until Perek Tet Zayin is a simple journey. Perek Yud was the 8th great day when Hashem ultimately said, the Chet HaEgel is gone, I love you, I'm with you, we're back together. And at that moment, the terrible story of Nadav Avihu, the painful, heart-wrenching story of Bikdoshai Achabed, that we lose the perfect people. Nadav and Avihu were the Kedoshim, the perfect. And they were taken away, reminding us that we're in an imperfect world. And so from that sin, until Perek Tet Zayin, that begins with the words, Achrei Mot Shnei Bnei Aaron, which means that now we're fixing what went wrong there. We have 6 prakim in between that are dealing with that question. What went wrong in Yom HaShmini? And therefore, what will go better in the eternal Yom HaShmini of Yom Kippur, Yom Kippurim, that's in Vayikra Tet Zayin. And I think the answer, one of them, is in our parsha. It says, Bayom HaShmini Yimol Besar Orlato. On the 8th day, you remove the foreskin, the external skin. This reminds us of the Nadav and Avihu story. Bayom HaShmini, on the 8th day, Vayira Kvod Hashem El Kol Ha'edah. Hashem revealed himself to everyone. So what is different about the Brit Milah on the 8th day than the 8th day of what Nadav and Avihu did? Nadav and Avihu saw the 8th day. They saw that Hashem says he loves the Jewish people. And therefore they said, okay, it's time to become an angel. It's time to live a life that is united with God. And Hashem burns them. And he says, listen, Chevra, you guys are angelic. You're the angels of the world. But I have to remove you from an imperfect world. The world is fixed from me, but it's not yet fixed from you. Hashem showed us that there's still love, but we didn't translate the love. We didn't recognize that the love did not mean that we're now in a perfect world. Rather, we're in a world that knows what perfect is, and now still has to deal with the imperfect. We cannot be angels. What's the mitzvah on the 8th day? That every single day in Jewish history, every brit that was done in the Midbar, or in the Gilgal, or in the Warsaw Ghetto, was reminding the Jews every single 8th day of the Brit Milah. Don't be an angel. Don't think that because Hashem loves you, that that's the ultimate goal. The higher level is to love yourself. As an imperfect being, as a Brit Milah being, that the covenant with Hashem is how do you view the 8th day? The 8th day is the ultimate love. Does it mean for you that we're at the end or at the beginning? Nadav and Avihu thought we're at the end. That's it. There's no division between the Chatzar and the Kodesh Kodashim. Hashem says, stop. Every 8th day, remember that you're still in an external world. You still have to deal with an external world. You have to deal with enemies. You have to learn how to annihilate them and not think twice about what anyone says, about what anyone is saying, about the action that's coming from the source of love. That we are standing tall saying we love the world. The world might not understand it. And we answer the real questions. Anyone that's in the army knows the amount of love that the army has for people. The amount of thought they put into endangering lives, to save lives. And that we're saying on the Yom HaShmini, if you really love Hashem, stop living in an illusion that you're in a perfect world, that we have to answer back to all the external forces. We have to be aware. But the awareness is not to control our actions. The awareness is not to second guess the beauty of who we are and what we present. The idea of the Brit Milah is to say that we are still in a world that's imperfect. Don't live in an illusion. Don't write these articles about the perfection of all the difficult people that have lived for 15 years, hearing every single tunnel being built, and not once was able to stand up and say, we want a new government. They did it in Egypt. 10 years ago, they stood up and they said, we have a government of murderers. We don't want them. And if people are spectating evil, they're accepting evil. And we need to be able to remind ourselves at every Brit Milah to not think that we're yet at the end. We're always at the beginning. That's why on Pesach we say Chetzi Hallel. Don't think the redemption's over. There's more to do. There's more to build. There's more to understand. There's more things in the Jewish essence that's wrong. The way we think of each other, look at each other. Remember the Brit Milah, fix, 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 fix. But don't doubt what's real and what's not. Don't confuse what's emet and sheker. Don't confuse a religion of life versus a religion of death. Bezat Hashem, this should prepare us for the Geula of Egypt, the Geula of Pesach, the Geula of standing tall in an imperfect world and realizing that Hashem loving us on the 8th day meant let's love ourselves and let's believe in ourselves again.